Alright, check. So it's been crazy in these Zen streets. Drama, all kind of mayhem going on. But today, Nakamoto is taking you spiritual. Because a psychic has this to say about whether or not Jack Levin Frontran and the direction of travel of Zen. So you're gonna want to stick around, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's do it different. You know Nakamoto's different, but Psychic Andre has this to say about Zen, because recently he was doing a stream and somebody had asked him, hey man, what about Jack? And this is what he said.
Did Jack Levin, the founder of Xen, ran any of his Xen launches on other chains before we were able to mint? The pre-mine. Okay. A few chains that have done that. Big no. I think even Ethereum did that for a short period of time. Okay. Yeah, he did. I think many cryptocurrencies do this for their biggest participants. They get first dibs on the cryptocurrencies and doing some minting, and then they release it to the people. This has happened. That happened with Dash back in the day, and Ethereum back in the day, and I think there's a few other cryptocurrencies that did that. So it's common practice, not a good practice necessarily, but yeah, he did it on other chains, and a lot of people are going to be making a lot of money from the venture. Okay, so
there you have it. Jack did it, but it is for a good reason. And a lot of people, according to this psychic, are going to be making a ton load of money. He said, you just heard it in the video, that he did it on other chains as well. To gain what? Leeway, to gain control. Let me give you an example. Every founder, crypto founder, does this, right? If you look at Charles Hoskinson, a small percentage of Cardano was allocated to him when the ICO happened back in 2015. If you think he's not holding a big bag of ADA, you're fooling yourself, bro. This is the money game, crypto. Vitalik gifted himself Ethereum ICO, a ton load of it. Him and his early homeboy devs. You know the drill. Richard Hart. Yo, listen. If you look into Richard Hart, Jack Levin is a saint. He just ran a bunch of bots, but according to Psychic Andre. But Richard Hart doesn't own 90% of his tokens, right? The OA does, right? Any token that Richard has launched, 99.999%. Alright, I don't want to go there, but you get the gist, right? The idea is to hold a ton load so they can kind of have a control of who's dumping and who's sabotaging the project. So in a way, a lot of things are centralized. But whether or not you can call this fair crypto, you'll be the judge of it by your own. But in my opinion, this is a good thing. Even the psychic himself said it in the video. He said he did it on other chains as well, because a recent FUD came out that Jack Levin was front running and all this other stuff. But according to this psychic, he did it for a good reason, and a lot of people are going to be rich off of the other chains that he controls this amount of Zen on, allegedly, right? You just heard it from a psychic. I'm going to play another video right here. This one was last year, or the beginning of this year, about 9-10 months ago.
Zen fits make huge gains next month. Okay, like eating a couple of zeros on price. Currently 0.00000045. Okay, So the basic question, is it going to be going up in price in the new year of 2023, 2024? Let's have a look. It may lose 1 or 2 zeros, but it's not going to be going much beyond where it is at the moment. In the big picture of things, I'm thinking that it's going to have a long way to go. All of the good vibrations that everybody was hoping for are going to be topsy-turvy for the next little while. Something to do, some news coming out. With that news cycle, that is no good. You should sell it all. Wink. Everybody does that. They have that knee-jerk reaction. That's why I always stress against those knee-jerk reactions, because you're listening too close to the news, and then everything's going to start to go back up to where it used to be. Okay, so it's going to I have this feeling it's going to do one of these, and might go a little higher than it was just like in the next little while. But expect some bad news or bad thing happening with the Xen price. Okay, in the next little while, he says something and it throws people off, and they sell and the scenario. So this would be a good opportunity to pick some up at a good cheap price and just sit on it. Okay,
there you go. He says something and it throws people off. Isn't that what recently happened on Twitter Spaces? When Jack was speaking, he said something, throw people off. Xen on ETH dumped a little bit. People kind of lost faith, and this is what's going on with the Xen block situation and all this other stuff. I'm not currently mining any Xen blocks, but I kind of encourage the educational aspect of it. Meaning, if it's gonna help some Xenians in the Xen community to learn how to run Python scripts and mining scripts and do, JavaScripts and all of this other stuff to pretty much use it on their computer to mine these blocks, whether or not they are going to have value in the future, the educational aspect of it works. I don't have any Xen blocks. I'm not mining Xen blocks. I don't have any. You know me. I'm the mint Xen and chill guy. So that right there is the confirmation you needed, right? A psychic told you that some news was gonna come out. This was 10 months ago he said this. Somebody asked him about Xen and NFTs, whether they're gonna do well in 2024. He says, no, this is too early, right? You just heard him in the video. He said some news gonna come out against Jack Levin, some kind of FUD, whatever, and then he's gonna say something that would throw people off. The Xen price to dump, and then boom, FUD dies down. The thing goes back up to the level of where it was. Now, where was it? If you look at April of 2023, right? Remember he said this 10 months ago, before Xen even 12x. And then we had a recent pump, boom, almost hit 4 zeros and a 1 back in April. And then we're back down here now. This indicates that you could see another 10 to 12x soon. And the psychic said that, it could be a good picking up some opportunity. And recent sell-off, but you also see some buys coming in, not big buys, but Xen on ETH, people are buying it, bro. Even Xen on optimism. And that is because of this 300 amp. Once it drops down to 0, hey, it's a wrap, man. You have another 400 or 500 days before that's it. Look at this, 169 million optimism Xen purchase, 9 million, 65 million, 175 million. People are buying this on the day-to-day basis. Not only that, the mint are happening, but you see these little green candles, bumps coming up, right? And that's the power of OP Xen. On top of that, OP dxn is actually burning. dbxen on optimism is burning a ton load of Xen on optimism. And on top of that, you have dbxen NFTs coming out very, very soon, which is real use case, real utility art, right? Where you have to wrap up your NFTs, stake your dxn, get your dbxen NFTs, and they will pretty much work for you, bro. This token is it's full of game theory and use case and utility. That right there is going to take optimism Xen to the next level. So I've been just chilling, doing my optimism Xen mints, growing it slowly, timing it within the next year to have some mints come out, right? Not only I'm doing it on CoinTool, but I'm also doing the XENFTs as well. So yes, this was just a short one. Take it with a grain of salt, or believe or you may not believe, but it seems like some good omen are coming around this Xen ecosystem. So if some FUD was meant to happen and a psychic told you that this was going to happen 10 months ago, and right now we're going through with it with the maximum amount of FUD against Jack and what he does and all this other stuff, and it is playing out right now as it was written or so foretold or whatever. Hey man, just something to think about. I'll leave it at that. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.